We were talking about the New Hampshire primary was 3 days ago now. It's Friday. It was Tuesday. And the candidate that I think Democrats were hoping would win did win. I think maybe he was, got one of those like, ostensibly, support from Democrats where they may have done some ads where it's like Don Balduc or whatever the guy's name is too conservative for New Hampshire. And then, of course, all the Republicans go like, oh, I like that. This is the guy who also wanted to roll back. What was it?
The 17th Amendment.
The 17th Amendment, which allows for citizens to vote for senators as opposed to just allowing the state Senate to appoint them, essentially. And here is Don Balduc, who is a big election denier, doing the old backup. I mean, this is sort of fascinating because I just don't know how you pretend like you can get away with this with 6 weeks before the election. This is clip number 9.
Morse, the more establishment Republican candidate, because they were basically saying that you're so extreme that they think that you're more beatable. And one of the things that Maggie Hassan, the Senate incumbent, will say is that you are an election denier, that you deny that President Biden won the 2020 election. And there's this from August 14th when you had a debate. Watch here.
I signed a letter with 120 other generals and admirals saying that Trump won the election, and damn it, I stand by my election.
Do you stand by that today?
So, we live and learn, right? And I've done a lot of research on this, and I've spent the past couple of weeks talking to Granite Staters all over the state from, every party. And I have come to the conclusion, and I want to be definitive on this. The election was not stolen. Was there fraud? Yes. Is that a concern of Granite Staters all over the state? Yes, there is.
Hold on, pause it. Pause it. Let's go back. Roll this back, because he was so definitive in that debate. Now, to be fair, that was almost 4 weeks ago. But if this guy can be this definitive on stage in front of his electorate, and then 4 weeks later be just as definitive that he was 180 degrees wrong on that. Take it back to that part of the clip.
President Biden won the 2020 election. And there's this from August 14th when you had a debate. Watch here.
I signed a letter with 120 other generals and admirals saying that Trump won the election, and damn it, I stand by my election.
Do you stand by that today?
So, we live and learn, right? And I've done a lot of research on this, and I've spent the past couple of weeks talking to Granite Staters all over the state from, every party. And I have come to the conclusion, and I want to be definitive on this. The election was not stolen. Was there fraud? Yes. Is that a concern of Granite Staters all over the state? Yes, there is. Is there a responsibility for public servants in elected positions to ensure that our citizens have faith in their voting system? Yes. But elections have consequences. And unfortunately, President Biden is the legitimate president of this country, and he is ruining it, along with Maggie Hassan. And that is the takeaway here. They want to bring us back to 2020. I want to move us forward to 2022 and 2024 and say, enough is enough. Let's cut the cord on this. Your actions have hurt people. They have hurt people.
I'm not a respected source of information, even for me.
Oh, my God. How embarrassing. I want to be definitive on this, like I was that time where I said the absolute opposite thing. But what I always do is I will go out and make very explicit public proclamations, and then I will research them and see if I was right. That's the way I do it. I shoot from the hip. That's the kind of guy I am.
I hem and haw from the hip.
I hem and haw from the hip.
And I sweat from my pits as I lie through my teeth.
I went out and I met with people in the Granite State, and I could see the look in their eyes that they thought I was completely certifiably insane. And so after I won the primary, I realized I can't win with normal people if they think I'm certifiably insane. So let me be definitive about this. I am not certifiably insane. And so whatever, backfill everything else that I have to say to, be that. That's basically what the guy's saying. My God.
Yeah.
Do they really think that he can get, does he really think he can get away with that? Like,
well,
you know what the press should say? If I was a New Hampshire journalist and I had the opportunity, I'd be like, what research did you do?
Mm-hmm.
What did
Show
you
your
read?
work.
What was the one piece of information or two or three pieces of information that made you realize that the election was not stolen? What was that? Really curious about that. Somebody should ask him that question. I think we have journalists who watch this show from New Hampshire. If you have the opportunity to ask that question.
Yeah.
Show your work.
I mean, it is just shocking that he did not really seem to have an answer prepared for that.
No, like that. I honestly, like, I haven't seen Hem and Hind. Franken had that woman on the ropes a little bit, like a week or two ago. But that was really, he had nothing, and that must be the thing you're prepared to come on and talk about.
No, I know.
I'm quite sure that he knew that question was coming. Mm-hmm. That was him prepared.
Yeah.
It's just that, like, A, he's lying because he does believe the election was stolen.
And his supporters will know that, by the way, because as of what we say, like, he has to say that. He has to say that with establishment Fox News.
Exactly. If he was on OAN, he wouldn't have been, or Newsmax or whatever it is. They wouldn't have done that. But he's lying. And B, he's also having to admit or pretend to admit that he was wrong. And so both those things made it like, I got to get warmed up here before I get into this, because for normal people, this would be humiliating.
I know. It's just like such a stark contrast to not just his solid declaration at that debate, but also his drawing upon his military service as this form of authority. And then he's just like, sweating his ass off after being asked a simple question, totally cucked by Fox News.
Well, like I say, I think that was planned. I think that was definitely planned.
Either way, though, he's coming hat in hand. Like,
totally.
Yeah.
Well, because he realizes, like, he can't win if he maintains these positions. And again, what are these people running on? No.
I mean, maybe they should bring back Mr. Potato Head, because they really don't have much except inflation, but that's going down. We're the border, so that's what they're trying to do with DeSantis and Abbott. They're comparing sizes in that front, but like, yeah,